I'm 38 and I don't care who I offend anymore. And you shouldn't either. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a black pillar, I'm not a doom and gloomer, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, none of those things. And when I say offending, I'm not a nasty person going out and causing chaos and being abusive. I'm not afraid to say my personal truth and call things out for what they really are. More so, the behaviors and the disrespect in other people. I always was trying to tap into this superpower, which I started to learn when I was around 25 years of age. The superpower means here, cutting through the shit, seeing things for what they really are, seeing people for what they really are, and also not accepting it. I have no idea where my high standards and expectations of people came from, but maybe it's because I had put myself under so much pressure growing up. I was such a people pleaser, and people expected so much of me. But then when I started to reflect their actions, see how they were conducting themselves, see how hypocritical they were, that's when everything changed. In a plight of rage and anger, I was like, hang on a second, they're expecting me to do X, Y, and Z, but why don't they adhere to their own advice? They're telling me to do X, Y, and Z, but why don't they do it? That's when you're met with the excuses. That's when you're met with the gaslighting. That's when you're met with the delusion, the lies, and so on. To survive in today's modern society, especially in the West and in today's world in general, you've got two choices. You can lay down and take it, and I'm not talking about, again, the conspiracy theories, the government, etc. I'm talking about people in your personal lives. You can lay down and take it in a toxic relationship, toxic friends and toxic family. You can lay down and take it from your boss who doesn't give a shit about you, your colleagues, or you can fight back in a non-aggressive, non-violent manner by being offensive to these people. Now, you're not calling them names. You're not disrespecting their mums or getting into slagging matches. You're just calling them out and saying how you really feel. Now, what's the opposite? Well, for 38 years before, 37, whatever you want to call it, I did this. I was biting my tongue. I bit my tongue so hard, metaphorically, that I was bleeding intensely. I bit my tongue and turned the other cheek so many times that I was slapped in the face repeatedly. I kept my cool and kept quiet, only to have people shit all over me, lie to me, betray me, scam me, cheat on me, and so much more. So you've got a choice. You can lay down and take it, or you can say your truth. Now let's analyze what your truth is. If you want to tap into a no bullshit mentality of life, and by the way, I really think you need this. So let's say you've got a relationship with somebody and they're a liar and their words never meet their actions. They make false promises constantly that they never keep. They keep excusing situations, making up fabrications and explanations and so on. Whereas you work hard, you compromise, you make an effort, you try. And yet these idiots have the audacity to expect you to step up even more. What do you do in that situation? Do you lay down and take it, or do you be offensive by calling them out and saying, well, I do X, Y, and Z for you. I've gone above and beyond. You expect this of me, so I expect it back in you. Oh, but it's the traditional roles, and this is not just a men and women thing. This is all couples that are toxic like this. You say it as it is. You're not pulling your weight. You're not making an effort. What have you done for me lately? Where's the effort there? All you do is moan and complain and nag. Now, one of two things is going to happen. They're going to fight back eventually, and then back down and take on board what you've said and make a change. Or they're just going to fight back and call you offensive. You're rude. You're disrespectful. You're toxic. You're a narcissist. Yeah, right. Why don't we do the same with friends? Same rule applies. What if you're in a friendship with someone that you make the effort with always? You reach out to them. You arrange plans. You call and text. You go above and beyond. And they use you. I did this exact thing when I learnt this superpower, the no bullshit filter. I was always going forward to a friend, always calling, always making an effort. I said to him, "You're coming to me now." He was shocked. What? No. It's easier for me. I don't give a shit if it's easier for you. You drive to me. Did he drive to me? He made out he did, and then he made out he got a flat tire, and he couldn't make it. And there and then I knew that this guy didn't give a shit and wasn't going to make an effort. But it was expected of me after work, through the traffic, through all of the stress and anxiety, to go to him, go where he wants to eat. No thanks. You come to me. He couldn't even come once to my place. And he made up a bullshit story. I knew where I stood. What do you think he called me when I told him that? "You're being difficult. God, you're so selfish. You're really out of order." No, I'm not. Okay, what about family? Family always expect you to fit into their little pigeonhole of who they think you are without having a bloody clue who you really are. You'll always be a kid despite being in your 40s. You'll always be the scapegoat. You'll always be less than. You can never impress them. You can never do X, Y, and Z. So you can sit there, can't you, and take it, the abuse, the disrespect, the gaslighting, witness the favoritism of other people in front of you. You can take all of that criticism on board and bite your tongue till it bleeds. Or you can say, "I've had enough of this shit. I've had enough of you disrespecting me. I'm not going to come to this event. I can't be bothered. I just don't want to make an effort." What do you think you're going to be called in that situation? Difficult, toxic, rude, nasty, offensive. Have you offended anyone so far in these scenarios? Absolutely not. The irony here is they've offended you. They've offended you with their criticism. They've offended you with their expectations being ridiculous. They've offended you with belittling and triangulation and gaslighting and passive aggressiveness. And what have you done? All you've done is exist. You tried to be a good boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, and they've shat all over you. You've tried to be a good friend, empathetic, go above and beyond. They've shat all over you. You've tried just to have a healthy, normal family dynamic with parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, all of them, siblings, whatever. And on your days off, in the holidays, whenever it is, which is supposed to be your respite, your social calendar, your good times, you're made to feel like shit. Remember, like I said, this is not about you saying you're a Republican or a Democrat. You're pro or anti this. Nothing to do with that. This is just how people treat you. And I've been like this in many different areas, with many different people, family and friends and ex-partners and even colleagues and business people and people I work with, etc. And I don't care anymore. If what I say is going to offend you, then that's your problem. And here's the thing. I do fly off the handle sometimes. I'm human. I do get angry, whatever. But if I even say it in an elegant way and it still triggers you, that's your problem, not mine. In fact, I want it to trigger you. Because when you're triggered by me being offensive, which is basically be standing up for myself. If you haven't caught the drift, that's exactly what I'm saying, and encouraging you to do the same thing. Everything falls into place. Suddenly, when you stand up for yourself for a partner, they either change or you walk away. And it falls apart. You do the work on yourself, you heal and recover, then find someone that aligns with you better. When a shit friend can't stand the fact that you're calling them out on their bullshit, what happens? The friendship diminishes, and then over time you naturally evolve and attract newer friends who don't treat you like that and meet you halfway and compromise. And as with family, you either cut them out entirely or you set that boundary and they have to accept it. Because there comes a point where the criticism, the gaslighting, the manipulation, the bullshit, the belittling, the scapegoating, the favoritism, whatever it is, all those things combined is just sickening and draining. So your offensiveness in this context is you standing up for yourself. Now, not once have I told you to get violent, not once have I told you to get personal. It's just calling it out. I don't like the way you speak to me, and I won't accept it. I don't like the way you treat me in this relationship, and I expect you to step up to the same level I am. I don't like the fact that I'm always making an effort. I want you to make more of an effort. I won't be spoken to that way in the workplace. I expect the same treatment of others towards me. And when you're met with the inevitable, because it's going to happen your way, backlash and the anger, and as I call it, the foaming of the mouth of these people are like Rottweilers. How dare you? You're so difficult. And your natural tendency is to embody and absorb that and say, yeah, maybe I am difficult. Maybe I was harsh. No, screw them. You're not harsh. You've just had enough. Let them foam at the mouth. What's the worst that's going to happen? They go no contact. Great. When you interacted with them, it was awful anyway. They walk away and the relationship is over. Great. You were underappreciated and not loved in an equal way. The friendship falls apart. The business deal doesn't happen. This is not about burning your bridges and saying, look how great I am. That's not what I'm saying. This is about speaking your truth. And the sad thing about all of this is, had you spoken your truth from the beginning, it would never have got to this stage. Or maybe you've tried to communicate your truth, but it's come out in venom and passive aggressiveness on your side, and you've lowered yourself to that level because here's the thing. You take the bait when they get personal, when they get nasty, they shout, they swear, they, lose control. And you do that, you lose completely. The best thing to do is say what you need to say. You don't need to over-explain. You don't need to give examples. Put the boundary in place and let them stew. If they don't get it, that's it. You've said what you needed to do. Now it's your turn. You're in control. They either accept it or don't, and then you decide how you move in the interaction relationship moving forward. If you want to learn how to do this and build boundaries and stand up for yourself, or you want any sort of help in whatever you're going through in your life, in the same way I deliver this video, a direct, no bullshit manner, then let me help you. Book your free discovery call with me. The link's in the description and in the pinned comment down below. So yeah, I don't give a shit who I offend anymore. Apparently people on here get very offended as well. Do you think I give a shit? No. I will never stop speaking my truth. And if you take one thing away from this video, neither should you. Are you sick and tired of feeling stuck in life or being weighed down by endless struggles? Maybe you're exhausted from being walked all over, or tired of never having boundaries, or not saying no, walking away, or stuck in toxic cycles and situations. Well, imagine breaking free from all of that, feeling powerful and totally in control of your life. When you work with me, there's no BS, no fluff, just real, personal transformation.
I won't lie, his direct no BS approach made me feel uncomfortable at times, but was absolutely necessary to reveal my blind spots that were holding me back to become the best version of myself.
He told me things I didn't want to hear, but I needed to hear. And it's helped me find myself again and to move on from it all and to rebuild and to come out stronger.
Now, you've seen my journey on YouTube. about the power of walking away from the wrong people, overcoming addiction, handling grief, empowering myself from being rock bottom. But this isn't about me. This is not my story. This is your story. Imagine having a life on your terms, having a healthier, better relationship, being able to overcome your struggles and actually be at peace and taste happiness, maybe for the first time ever in your life.
I was sceptical at first, as he's not the cheapest, but my concerns were immediately put to rest when he presented a step-by-step detailed breakdown of my new life plan for me to follow immediately after the call.
I had a session with SCG. I just think that it was very, very beneficial, and he helped me work through my structure and path moving forward.
Now, other coaches fail when it comes to getting real results because they offer you generic advice that is not catered to you. It's a one-size-fits-all program, and it's a load of BS.
After watching countless videos on YouTube regarding heartbreak, I noticed that they were all similar. Go to the gym, hang around with friends, find a hobby, and all that other BS basically. Yeah, that's great advice, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the advice that I needed. That's when I came across SCG's videos.
But I'm different. I listen to you. I take notes. I ask the deep questions and personalize and cater to your needs to take you from where you are now to where you truly want to be. And it's a lot easier and simpler than you think.
What I appreciate the most is how SCG tailored the session to my specific needs and goals. After questioning and analysing my unique background and story, I feel he over-delivered, proving his genuine passion for his clients.
I totally recommend, if you're reaching out, if you're looking into having somebody who can listen with understanding and help you kind of bring different perspectives to what you're dealing with.
So here's what I want you to do. If you are genuinely serious about change and personal transformation, book a free discovery call right now down below. And also check out the testimonials from real people and real success stories of men and even women who've turned their lives around thanks to me. There are only limited spots available, to take advantage of this now, and it's only for serious people who are serious about change. So let's not delay. Let's not keep you where you are now, stuck in the same cycles, the same routines for another year. Let's work together and break free together and live life finally on your terms.
Truly, thank you, SCG.
I really appreciate you, SCG.
If you're going through something similar, he could help you also.
If you're thinking of coaching with him, try it out for sure. Reach out.
If you're struggling too, especially with heartbreak, or just like I am, or anything else for that matter, then please reach out to SCG. Book your free consultation, and I can assure you, you won't regret it. You can't put a price on your health, especially your mental health.